Good evening. Tonight we're talking about text structure, and our goals are RI 4.5 and 5.5. Is I can use evidence from a passage to determine the text structure used. Okay? Let's see what text structure is. Find the next page in your craft notebook, your craft folder under T for text and terminology, and I want you to copy this down into their notebook. It says text structure. Chronological or sequence tells order of events in which they happened. Cause and effect explains reasons as to why something happened or explains the effect of something happening. Problem and solution explains a problem and then gives solutions. Compare and contrast discusses the similarities and differences between two or more things. And then our last one is description, which describes something in detail. Okay? So let's take a look at tonight's practice. I'm going to read 3 little stories to you, and after each one I'm going to think about what type of text structure is in this passage. Okay? There are different layers of the soil called horizons. The top horizon or layer is called topsoil. It is dark brown, very loose, and has very few rocks and contains a lot of humus, which is decomposed organic material. Subsoil, just below the topsoil, is lighter in color, packed more tightly, and contains less humus and more rocks. Unlike the top horizon, the very bottom horizon, which rests on bedrock, contains no humus at all, is very compact, and is full of rocks. Alright, so let's think about this. What could we say is the text structure of this section? Well, I could think about possibly two of them, and sometimes it can be more than one. I'm thinking it's describing, so it's description because it's describing the different layers, but at the same time it's comparing and contrasting those layers too. So this one could be two of them. It could be a description or a compare and contrast. Great job if you chose either one of those. Alright, let's check our next paragraph. Plants need nutrients in the soil to grow, but where do these nutrients come from? They are what is left of Mother Nature's recycling program. When plants and animals in the forest die and fall to the ground, fungi and bacteria begin to decompose them. This process can take a long time, but what it is left once the recycling clue has finished its new soil and full of nutrients that once composed no longer living plant or animal and ready to nourish a new generation. Alright, so what would you say this is? If you said sequence, you are correct. Very good. Alright, let's read our last paragraph. Where does dirt come from? Here's an example. When a tree falls to the forest, a crew of decomposers show up to help break it down. The first to arrive are the fungi, which is mushrooms and molds. Different kinds of molds appear on and spread over the trees, eventually breaking it down. The second to arrive are bacteria, and different kinds of bacteria eat different nutrients in a tree. This process takes a very long time. It can take years, but eventually the decomposed tree becomes part of the soil on the forest floor. Alright. What about this one? If you said sequence, you are correct. Very good, because it's telling us this happens, then this happens, then this happens. Good job. Alright, so tonight make sure you've copied down your notes from the second slide into your craft folder under T for terminology and text, and then make sure you're ready for your entrance ticket tomorrow. We'll see you then.